Hello, loves. It's Dee here from Cosmic Thread Tarot. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. How are you, my lovely, lovely Geminis? I'm here to bring you your channeled message for March the 28th through April the 3rd, okay? Or whatever you find it. This is a timeless message, so whenever you find it, it's meant to find you, okay? It might specifically tie into this week, okay? Whatever might happen to happen. You could be dealing with a male air sign here, so a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, or you could be a masculine air sign here, all right? You also could be dealing with a Sagittarius. If you feel guided, go check out the Sagittarius reading as well, okay? Okay. Gemini. What's Gemini need to know? Spirit, what's going on with Gemini? What's going on? Okay, you could be dealing with a Virgo, the Hermit card. Feel like you're going inside. You're soul searching. I'm hearing star. You could definitely be dealing with a Aquarius or definitely a Libra as well. So you definitely could be dealing with an air sign masculine, okay? Or you could be another air sign masculine, okay? You could have this prominently in your chart as well as a Pisces energy here, okay? Also pay attention to what your Mercury is in. So justice is being had in a situation. I feel like you're kind of ducked off. You're by yourself. You're spending some time. Hermit mode. You could be single right now, reflecting on things from your past or kind of just like purging old emotions out of your energy. Okay, definitely with the Devil card in reverse here. Definitely leaving behind or thinking about some situations from your past, maybe trying to make a decision or weighing out. For you, for some of you, you could be reflecting on your own past issues. Okay, you could be reflecting on your own past karmic mistakes or karmic cycles that you were stuck in, or karmic ways that you might have had about you, especially from your childhood here with that Six of Cups, okay? There are definitely things that you've left behind. I'm hearing player, no more, okay? So you could be like, ooh, like, could be reflecting on some, I'm not trying to shame you or anything like that. Absolutely. And I don't think you should be shaming yourself either. I think you should be forgiving and moving on. And I really feel like that's kind of the energy that you're in, Gemini. Oh, okay. I just smelled, I smelled a certain sticky smell. Okay. So some of you could be participating. Some of you might be smoking, kind of might be like smoking, chilling, hanging out, like, by yourself. It's giving me a very kind of like sitting there reflecting old times or something like that, okay? You could be dealing with a Cancer. You could be riding around in a car, okay? Be careful doing that, okay? Or there might be a particular quiet place that you like to go and sit and think. You might like ride off somewhere, or like you might like to just sit in your car in your driveway, or there might be a certain place where you like to go and sit, you could be traveling, but it's giving me in a car situation here, okay? You could be thinking about a situation that happened in a car, an argument, I don't know, something that could have occurred, especially in something about blue, the color blue as well. Definitely. What did I say about an argument, right? With that Five of Wands there. You could have had an argument in a car, or you could have had a breakup. You could have been going through a breakup with somebody. There's definitely a lot of blue energy here. So there's something definitely about working on your throat chakra, opening up your throat chakra, letting somebody know how you really feel about something. It's giving me that kind of energy. Like either somebody told you about yourself or about something, let it resonate. It's a general reading, right, Gemini? So either you went off and told somebody how you really felt about a situation, okay, or somebody told you how they really felt about you or about a situation that happened, and it kind of left you in a situation where you're kind of like, okay, maybe y'all decided, if it was a relationship, maybe y'all decided to take a break, or it was a friendship, you were like, you know what, like, let me just go take you home and I'm gonna go be off by myself. You might, it's giving me more, so it's not giving me like a drinking energy. It's giving me kind of like, okay, I'm a like smoke, or I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna ride around and I'm kind of just gonna think about it, like ride around thinking, looking at, something, or like there might be a place that you like to go and park and like sit on the hood of your car, okay, and like look at the stars or just think about something, right? Definitely here. It's giving me a big like looking up, thinking. It's giving me at night energy too, like thinking a lot at night about old cycles and old things that you really want to drop, that you really don't want to be a part of your life anymore. Kind of weighing out, being like, okay, I want to be. It's like allowing yourself. It's allowing your new self to integrate, right? It's looking at your old self and not saying, oh wow, I was just all the way 100% trash or something like that, right? It's about integrating that old self and the parts of yourself that you need to be. It's kind of like facing your shadow self, facing your shadow, facing some of those egotistical decisions in the past that we've all made, mistake we've all made, right? And kind of writing that right into yourself, right? Like I said, it's given me a whole mixture of you thinking about your own actions, other people's actions, past relationships, things from your childhood, friendships, your relationship with your family, all that kind of issue is kind of just playing in your mind. You're kind of thinking about it, and kind of just sitting there like yeah, it's gonna be kind of like this really deep thinking about it, just kind of being like, what should I do, where should I go, who am I becoming, what am I doing? But it's giving me like a good energy. It's not giving me like a, oh my god, who have I become kind of energy. It's giving me like a, okay, like I really want to spend some time really ducked off by myself, thinking about myself, thinking about this and that, trying to make a decision here on something, kind of going back and forth, like, should I do this or should I do that? Am I this person or am I that person? And finding kind of this also, you know, they talk about how Gemini has like the, I'm not calling you two-faced in this way, but that how Gemini has that kind of dual personality. So you could be finding out and being like, yo, that little angel on my shoulder and that devil on my shoulder, I need to find a mixture in between the two of those. I think we talked about that in the last week's reading, Gemini, let me be honest. Yeah, and it's definitely trying to put yourself in also it's like working on your empathy, putting yourself in other people's shoes or in other people's positions so that you can see things from a different location. It's like, let me strategize, let me think this out, let me think from this person's perspective, and then think about the situation from this person's perspective, then think about it from my perspective, then think about it from my other side's perspective, you know, and kind of get like a different view on this situation, on the circumstance here, okay? But there is definitely this going back and forth energy here in your mind, okay? You could be really thinking about a specific argument or a specific event that happened that's really just kind of weighing heavily on your heart or weighing heavily on your mind. You just think, giving it a lot of thought, even though there's not any swords energy out here, but that King of Swords did come out, so definitely thinking about a situation here, right? You could be trying to use your more masculine energy, whether you are masculine or not, but you're in more of your masculine thought process, logic, looking at it, analyzing it, going through it, Virgo energy, right? Definitely. You might have in the past, or you might still feel a little bit confused about which direction you should go in or exactly how you should handle it. You might be a little bit confused about all the different people that had something to say about a particular something that was weighing on your mind. Okay, yeah, lots of talking, lots of opinions flying around everywhere, lots of opportunities. This could be opportunities. Yeah, but I definitely feel like this hermit mode is good because it's giving me alone, but with a lot of communication or a lot of thoughts. Or it even could be you turning off your phone, or like getting a lot of communication and being like, you know what, I'm just going to turn off my phone and be by myself for a little bit. Or like I said, just a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas racing in and out of your mind here. Definitely big scorpionic transformational energy. You could also be dealing with a Scorpio, or you could have a Scorpio majorly aspected in your chart somewhere, okay? Here in Jupiter, somebody could have Scorpio in Jupiter, or Scorpio, moon in Scorpio, or rising in Scorpio, or ascending, however you want to say it, rising, ascending. Yeah, I definitely feel like you're trying to, with this devil card being um, clarified, excuse me. But the Three of Swords here, I definitely feel like you are trying to really leave behind some of these more. You're definitely thinking about situations in the past that really didn't work out, and you're kind of just like, okay, I need to let go of this. I need to let go. You know, and maybe it's like little habits or little things that you picked up, like, you know what, that person's right, you know, somebody might, it's kind of giving me a situation where it's like, you know what, ever since you dated this person you act like this, or ever since you got around that person and you do that, you kind of act like this, and that doesn't seem like you, or that does, it just doesn't, it isn't right, I don't like that you do this. And you kind of might have been like, kind of like, you know what, whatever, but then you're kind of thinking about it more, and you're just kind of like, yeah, I kind of do that, or yeah, I am kind of doing that, I am kind of involving myself in that, so maybe I need to step back and I need to really think about what I'm doing here. Definitely could be Sagittarius involved here. There's that Temperance card, right? But there's definitely this balancing energy. Your angels, okay, are definitely trying to indefinitely here. So that's King and Queen of Swords energy. Definitely in your mind, your swords energy. Thank you, Spirit. That thinking about boundaries. You could also be thinking a lot about some of you could be going through a divorce or going through like a situation where you're like, I know that this situation's about to end, or I know a relationship's about to end, or I know a friendship, we're about to kind of part ways, and could show you could be thinking backwards on that. Or you could be post breakup and you're kind of thinking back on things. It's not giving me like, you know, crying into your glass kind of energy, but it's giving me a kind of like, I need to evolve outside of what happened in the past, right? Definitely, because wherever you were going, you're like, I'm not seeing the fruits of my labor. I'm not seeing what I deserve. I'm not seeing me. You know, you also could be working on your impatience if there was something that you were really impatient about, something that you were unwilling to wait for, or something that you were unwilling to do or unwilling to invest time in because you were more worried about what people would look like, what it would look like from the outside. You could also be examining situations like that. But again, it's a general reading, so let it resonate as it does for you, Gemini. Yeah, that's just what I'm getting in that. Things are balancing out, right? With that justice card, excuse me, coming out in the very beginning of the reading as well, right? Yeah. But you're definitely worried about making a decision here. And Spirit is saying it's time to make this decision. It's time to move this forward. Yeah, definitely could be thinking about a union, a situation here, a relationship, or something that happened in your childhood, maybe a childhood friend or something like that, or just somebody. I'm hearing a cousin for somebody. I'm hearing a D name, but I'm not. It's like they're not giving me like a specific D name, but I am hearing a really strong D name as well. Okay. Definitely here, somebody is definitely, they're like, their feminine energy is very much so in there. I want to give my heart, or I want to be more open in my heart space, freely giving my emotions. It's not like you're not running away from your emotions. You're trying to balance out, right? With this balancing out here, with this two, balancing out what your heart wants with what makes sense in your mind, right? I want to handle this situation. I want to make the logical choice of what makes sense in my mind, but I also want to go with what my heart wants. For some of you could be saying, you know, that could be the two directions that you're worried about here. Which way should I choose? Should I choose what my heart wants, or should I choose what my mind tells me is the logical step to take here, right? And I feel like the best thing is going to be to find the mixture between the two, right? We don't want to make only solely heart based decisions, right? But we also don't want to make purely logic based decisions either, right? We want to make sure that we know what we're doing, that we're doing our research, that we know where we're going, that we're, you know, we're safe, that we're covered in that situation. But we also want to know that we're doing what our soul really wants us and is guiding us to do, right? This is a good place to be in, Gemini. This is a good place to be in. You're in a good spot. So if you're worried about it, I understand you could be feeling a lot, but your mental, like your mindset is in a good space. So if you're not in this space right here yet, this is what Spirit is really asking you to guide yourself towards, right? Where you're finding that balance between the two. And if you are here, right? If you are here in the space, good. You are close to getting the answers, and you're letting yourself be guided down the path that you need to be on, right? That's good, Gemini. Okay. Yeah. I definitely think that with this Nine of Swords energy here, make sure that you're not being led by fear, right? I feel like in the past, Hangman, you were being stuck in a situation where you were being guided by fear. You were being guided by, but what ifs, right? What if it doesn't work? What if they don't like me? What if I did this? What if I fail? What if this? What if that? What if this, right? A lot of anxiety, a lot of could I, should I, would I kind of energy, right? Really weighing heavily on you. And I think that's what was stalling you. That's what was putting you in this hangman energy, right? The hangman is it's a good position to be in temporarily, but it's not good to stay in hangman, right? Because the hangman turns into Eight of Swords, it turns to Seven of Cups, it turns into deeper confusion. So it's good to put yourself temporarily where it's like, okay, I really need to see the situation from a different perspective. But the hangman is also, it's a double-edged sword, because on the other side of it can also be where you're staying in this position way too long, then it starts to get more confusing, right? Or you can feel like you can make a decision that will keep you stuck until you see the truth, until you see what you really need to see, right? Until you really learn to let go and not be making decisions, or not have yourself in this mental state right here, right? When you're here, just allow yourself to be here, right? Yeah. Rest about it. Make sure you're getting your rest. Make sure you're, I'm hearing taking your vitamins. Okay, so take your vitamins. Make sure you're having a balanced diet. You're getting the rest. You're resting. You're meditating. You're exercising, yoga, however you do it, right? You're getting out there. You're keeping your body active. You're keeping your mind active. You're not getting too stuck. You're not just sitting around smoking and just doing nothing else, right? You're also having that balance, right? Getting outside, getting grounded, feeling good, in this energy. That's what's going to help you get into this mental mind state right here, right? Or that's what's going to help you maintain this if you're already here, right? And the answers are going to come to you, right? But don't get so indecisive and too nostalgic thinking about the past with this chariot card, right? Going towards the past, going towards just living in the past. Don't get stuck in the past, right? Don't get stuck in the way things used to be. Don't get stuck in that, but if it can only, but what if energy, right? Don't let yourself get weighed down or bogged down by fears, right? Because in the past it was like this, because in the past this person hurt me, because in the past that person, this choice hurt me, or that choice hurt me. It's coming up for a reason, but spirit doesn't want you to stay in that energy. It's just coming up so you can purge it, and let it go. Don't hold on to it. Let it go, right? Let it come up and let it go. Let it come up and let it go, because it can get to a point where you're in this hangman energy where it's coming up, and instead of letting it go, you're hyper focusing on it. You're like, oh my God, yeah, it was like that. Oh my God, they were like that. Oh my God, they did do that. But it's coming up just so you can go, damn, that did happen. But you know what? I need to move on, right? All right, Spirit saying, is that it? That's what I have for you, Gemini, okay? You look like you're getting to a good mental place, right? Or if you're not quite there yet, you're in the process. So know that you are in the process. You're doing it. You're getting there. Work with some blue stones, okay? Work with some Amazonite. I'm saying that really helps. Amazonite really helps you with inner child healing as well. Doing some guided meditations where you're healing your inner child, as well as kyanite. So kyanite, it looks like this, right? That really helps open up your throat chakra and helps you speak your truth, as well as turquoise. As always, turquoise definitely will help you open up and really helps healing with your throat chakra. So if you like to work with crystals, work with some blue crystals, or just work with the color blue, work with water, work with ocean. Don't be afraid of your feelings, okay? And don't allow yourself to be ruled by your feelings, but also don't stagnate or smother them, right? Because they are a very important tool in our arsenal of how we can direct ourselves in our life, right? They're tools that they're given. They're not to be smothered, they're not to be ignored, they're not to be looked at as annoyances. They're here to let you know how you really feel, right? So if things come up, ask yourself, well, why am I feeling that way? Why does that make me feel that way? Don't get too off down the rabbit hole where you get stuck, right? But you dive just deep enough to know, okay, there's something here I need to work on and work on it, right? All right, my lovely Geminis, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you like the content, give it a like. If it's resonated for you, let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Also, think about subscribing to my original channel, which is the Golden Thread Tarot. The link for that will be in the description box down below. Down below in the description box will also be links to my other channels. Also, will be links to my personal shop where I sell Oracle and Tarot cards. Okay, there are several decks up now. There are more to come. Thank you guys so much in advance for anybody who participates in those. I hope you enjoyed them. All right, down below will also be a link to donate or tip to the channel if you feel so guided. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, as well as my contact information if you want to reach out and get a personal reading from me, spirit guidance or zodiac reading, personal zodiac reading from me. Okay, thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in next week. Okay, bye, Geminis.